Welcome to my channel, Purposeful Play, and welcome to the second video in my series of unpopular opinions. Last time I talked about calendar time and what my thoughts were on calendar time. Today, I want to talk to you about crafts versus art. If you have never been here before, welcome. I'm Danielle and I am a 4K teacher in Wisconsin. And let's get started. All right, let's talk about the difference between crafts and art. A craft. So really, with a craft, the end product is more important than the process. So what you get at the end is what matters. And they call that product art. So it's the product, not the process, because art is process art. And what's most important is the process. The kids are exploring with the materials, and it doesn't matter what it looks like in the end, because most likely it will turn out beautiful. So that's the difference between craft versus art. Can you tell which side I'm on? Craft or art? I mean, I do love a good craft. There are things that you can learn when doing a craft. You can learn to follow step-by-step instructions. You can work on your fine motor skills. You have to work on patience, some social emotional skills. You have to work on focusing, on staying on task. But you can also learn all of those and work on all those skills through an art activity. Just like a craft, you're working on following step-by-step instructions. Not about how to complete a product or complete a craft. I guess that's why it's not called crafts. It's more about step-by-step instructions on how to use materials. So if you have watercolors out for the kids, they have to understand that they dip the paintbrush in the water, then the paint, and then on the paper. And then also if they want to change colors, they should probably dip it in the water first before they go back into the paint. So those are the step-by-step instructions that they're following. They're working on fine motor skills. They're working on creativity. They get to be creative and have self-expression. They are being independent. They're making decisions on how they want to create their art. There are a lot of social emotional skills they're working on. Independence, like I said, decision making, problem solving, staying focused and on task, following things to completion. I'm looking at my notes here. What else? So yes, in both activities they are learning something. But I want to tell you a little story about, and I may have shared this in another video, but I was attending a PD session a couple of years ago, and we were given some materials, some yellow paper, some black paper, and some a bigger white piece of paper. And the yellow was already cut into like these little kind of, I guess they're kind of like long triangles. And then the black one was a circle, and I think we had a brown stem, or not green, brown, green little long piece of paper. And we were told to make a flower. So we took our glue sticks and everybody could make a flower. I always thought I was being really creative, because instead of putting my petals, going out like that, I had flipped mine around to make them different. And I also had one petal that was falling off. It was kind of fluttering in the wind down to the ground. I thought I was being very creative. And then we were told to come up and put our flower on the ground. And then the instructor kind of messed things up a little bit. And then she said, okay, now find your flower. And I looked at all those flowers and they were all lovely, but I couldn't find mine. I, honest to goodness, could not find my flower. And that was just an amazing activity to reinforce why art and the process of art is so much more important than a craft. Can you imagine a student standing outside, getting ready to show their guardian or someone in their family their art that they created that was hanging on the bulletin board, and they all look the same, and they don't know which one is theirs because their name is on the back? So, it's not about the product, it is about the process. The other thing I'm not a fan of when it comes to crafts is the fact that a lot of children want their product, their craft, to look just like the example, whether it's on like a package or the teacher has created a sample and the sample is there for the kids to look at. And they're just trying their best to make it look just like that one, because that's what you've been asked to do. You've been asked to create a flower. This should look like this. And you know how disappointed they are in themselves when their flower does not look the same. So I am pro process art. That is what I prefer. And I would love to, I wanted to share with you guys, I'll put it down below, the video that I recorded a while ago about process art and ideas and suggestions of what you can do. And really I just show you materials and how you can present them to children and how they might use them. And there's some like unconventional materials. It's not just paintbrushes and markers and crayons. So there's some very unusual things to use too. Actually, I have a couple other ones. I should make another video because I forgot about some really fun stuff. So I'll work on that one. I'll record a new one. But when you're watching that video, just think about what the kids will be learning. What would the children be learning when using those materials? And remember, it is not about the end product. In the comments down below, let me know what you are a believer in or what you believe in. Are you pro crafts? Are you pro art? And tell me why, because I love to hear your opinions of why you're, what your beliefs are and what you guys do in your classrooms. As always, thanks for watching. Give it a thumbs up if you like this, and that's it. I will see you next time. Have a happy day.